Greetings, Satorians. My girls have been reading a book called The Mysterious Benedict Society. In that book, they talk about the emergency. This is something that is basically a social movement created by a single man in the story, and infusing media with messaging of alarm in order to create fear and anxiety, and then through that fear and anxiety have a higher degree of control over the population. Now, I'm sure you are able to quickly draw an analogy with today's world and the emergency that we have going. Arguably, we look at our history, there are always wars, there are always conflicts, there's always financial ups and downs. I remember reading, what was it the other day? Somebody from kind of mid-late 1900s, and it was a song actually, yes, and they're singing a song and talking about how they're just going to stay in the basement because of the financial crisis. And so these things are happening. There's always these cycles. But we have chosen on this cycle to create a sense of alarm. So in the game of Satori, if you will, there are all these alarm bells going off. And this is an essential time for those of us that are playing the game consciously, because this is the game trying to suck us into the drama. Now, you'll notice for a lot of us, it's not about seeing a problem right there and then going and fixing it. It's about intaking more and more of this so that I'm continually filled with a sense of alarm. If I see a problem and I do not act upon it, that creates an inner sense of stress. And the game will keep feeding more and more problems. Look, there's this, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this. And if I sit on my couch and just intake that, as our technology allows more and more information to come in, I will destroy my mind. I will destroy my inner health, mental and physical. I will completely lose myself into the game, taking it utterly seriously. This is very, very different than if I look at the world around me. I say, I'm not going to intake all these problems of the world. They are endless. I'm going to take in a problem that I know I can fix, and I'm going to use my virtues, my skills, my abilities to go and do something about that problem, to create positive change. When I do that, now I've empowered myself. I've done something completely different than when I sit on the couch and just intake problem after problem after problem. So this is a wonderful moment in our gameplay to stop and take a real look at the emergency that's being created in the game, and to question, am I going to just do what the game is urging me to do, which is to intake endless amounts of negative information? Or am I going to limit the information that's coming in, limit it selectively to things around me that I can influence, and then go and positively influence those things? That's what we're called to do if we're going to consciously play this game. Share your thoughts in the comments. Journey onward, my friends.